disease, whose guerrilla warfare against the Red Cross flag has hitherto outgeneraled even the greatest commanders, suffers a setback thanks to the new miracle drug, penicillin. The drug has had lightning success in some of the most obstinate cases of infected wounds. Men once fated to pass months of agony in bed will now spend there only a few painless days. This immense stride forward is due to a despised mold, like the common growth on cheese. Its potential healing qualities were first discovered, more or less by accident, 15 years ago. Wartime research has brought practical results. These pictures show penicillin in production. Flasks are part filled with a sugary liquid on which the mold will feed. Their wide, flat shape gives the mold plenty of elbow room to spread. To kill stray bacteria which would ruin the penicillin, the flasks are sterilized under steam pressure. Then comes the inoculation of the liquid with the mold's spores or seed. A spray gun injects a quick shot of thousands of microscopic spores. The flasks now go on to racks to incubate undisturbed for the next 9 days. Each minute spore develops into a small mold plant. Some idea of the large-scale production necessary may be gathered from the fact that it may need the product of 100 flasks to cure a single wounded man. Present output only meets the priority calls from the fighting fronts. In the incubating chamber, a uniform temperature of 75 degrees Fahrenheit must be maintained. A rise or fall of a few degrees would kill the delicate culture. At 75 degrees, the culture gradually feeds on the salts and sugars in the feeding liquid, and in return yields crude penicillin, which it deposits in the liquid. No time is wasted on cultures that do not mature. This one is rejected. For the mold to mature fully takes 9 days. It has then given off all its penicillin. It is hard to credit that the product of this strange-looking pancake is such a boon to man. After being shaken, the contents of the flask are thrown onto a filter tray. As the mold has now done its good work, it will be thrown away, and the valuable crude penicillin liquid drawn off for further treatment. This involves several separation processes, during which the liquid is treated with solvents and chloroform. By the way, War Work News, in presenting the first pictures of penicillin production, brings to the factory screens exclusive film news of this important medical discovery. A stage is reached when the purified penicillin, now highly concentrated in water, remains behind in a burette, while the chloroform drains back into the mixer to do its job again. The drug, thus purified, is too concentrated for use. It must be diluted, though at any strength penicillin is harmless to human tissue. Measured drops of the concentrate are put into a beaker and distilled water is added until there is perhaps only 1 part of the drug to 50,000 parts of water. Tests make sure that the right strength has been obtained. The liquid in the tubes should be colorless and clear. Sterilized again, the little phials are transferred to a freezer. Spinning at terrific speed, this machine throws minute specks of frozen and dried penicillin mixed with ice crystals onto the inner walls of the phials. The drug appears as a yellowish-brown powder. Once the ice crystals are evaporated, freeze-dried out, the phials in their vacuum container are ready to be capped. The last degree of sterility is assured in this cabinet, in which the rubber-gloved hands of the packer perform his tasks. Each little phial he handles contains only a featherweight quantity of penicillin, but it took the contents of 100 flasks to make it, and there's enough in each phial to cure a badly infected wound. Each little phial means another soldier's life saved. Under the same conditions of complete cleanliness that obtain throughout the air-conditioned laboratory, the phials are wrapped in protective cotton wool, placed in cartons, and are ready to be rushed to military hospitals, if necessary by air. Air transport supplies the medical services abroad. In a few hours, penicillin urgently wanted in Italy can be delivered there. When the grand assault is made on the fortress of Europe, the new drug will be of great value to the Allied armies. Science has won another notable victory in humanity's service.